Well, hello, everybody, COCA members, UC Davis students, or any person who's watching this. I am joined by LP, aka Laura, like LP, aka her birth name, Jazmin Torres, and Jenny Juarez to talk about sleep. Say hello, everybody.
Hi.
So we're gonna be talking about, dreams, some nightmares that's happened to us, or anything that's happened to us in general about sleep, or how much we love sleep. Because I feel like sleep is something that everybody loves. Like, there can't be somebody that doesn't like sleep. Like, what is there not to like? I mean, I guess there might be some triggering things that happens during your sleep, but I don't know. So how do y'all feel about sleep?
I don't think there's no such thing as too much sleep.
Interesting. I feel like there is. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever like slept so much that you wake up feeling like hungover? Not hungover, but like the sleep kind of drogginess?
I feel like it happens after naps sometimes. Like, naps is when I wake up and I feel like someone was like beating me up in my sleep.
Or like, have you ever taken a nap and you wake up with the marks on your face? That's some good sleep.
Those naps hit different though. You can't judge those naps. Those naps are.
Yeah, that's how you make a quality nap.
Yeah, Jazmin has this couch in her living room that, like, as soon as I lay on it, I knock out. Like, and like, it's that kind of nap. It's those kind of naps that just like that you wake up and you feel like a different person. Oh, and we're talking about me and Jenny were talking about feeling rejuvenated. But that's like, sorry, that's another topic. So, anyone dream anything last night? You want to talk about?
Jenny did? Oh.
Loki,
you did, Jenny?
I woke up and then I was like, "Cause I said to write it down."
I forgot.
The doctor wrote it down. I don't know how much I wrote, but
I forgot about my. I had a dream that I was in Jasmine's class, and like the professor, like I guess I enrolled late to the class, and the professor like was talking about something, and I started like creating like a whole outline of a project in my head. And I remember looking at Jazmin in the dream, and I'm like, you gotta teach me what else I missed in the class, because I enrolled late. And I was like, and I woke up and I'm like, what the hell? Like, that felt so real. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Jenny.
oh no, you're good. Honestly, I don't know how much I can decipher from what I wrote. I put dream team / friend / power / defeat to help people. That's literally what I put.
Wait, what was the last part? Defeat what?
I said defeat and then to help people. That's what I put. And what I remember specifically was like, I can't remember the people in it, but I know it was me in a group and we were fighting people, with superpowers and everything. And then afterwards, all of a sudden, it turned into a restaurant and we were trying to find someone specifically. And then I woke up and I was like, I have to write that down or else I'm going to forget. Clearly, I forgot the details, but that's what I tried.
I bet it felt cooler, like, in the dream, right? Like, you were... Made more sense.
Dude, it felt like I was flexible. Your girl's not flexible in real life, but in my dream, it felt like I could do anything.
You were like Elastigirl?
Yes. No, boy, let me do somersaults, like...
Oh, what the heck?
everything, let me just tell you.
Oh, that sounds cool. Anybody else want to talk about their favorite dreams they've had? Anyone meet a celebrity in their dream?
Oh yeah, so many times.
Really?
Who?
Like,
No, I'm just kidding.
Like, well, like in high school, I used to fangirl a lot more of like bandmates. And so they would appear in my dream a lot, like I'm their friend or something, and like like I know them, and like I don't know. Yeah.
That sounds nice. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never dreamt someone that like famous before.
No?
You think I have?
I mean, do you think about anybody famous a lot? Weird, but like,
No. I'm like, well,
like a celebrity
often,
crush.
no. Like one celebrity that I'm like constantly thinking about, no.
You don't have a
Mm.
celebrity crush.
Oh, what, a dream crush?
A celebrity crush.
A celebrity crush? I feel like I have a lot of them. They just don't visit me in my dreams.
You're missing out.
I wish though. I'm not opposed to the idea. Like,
Have you ever been a celebrity in your dream? Like you are the celebrity?
No.
that's a Jazmin question. Just like probably in a band or something.
Yeah, I'm
you
not-
ever been in a like a celebrity in your dream, Jazmin?
No, well, I mean, not that I remember. They're probably not like that memorable, but the ones that are memorable are like mostly like challenges and like I guess like in people's eyes they could be seen as nightmares because they're a bit frustrating, but to me they're fun.
Tell us more about that. Like, because you told me before that was like something that comes up a lot in your dreams, like being in a challenge. But like, what describe it a little more?
Yeah, you mentioned that to me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like I've been remembering my dreams ever since I was little. So like ever since I was like in elementary school, I'm able to remember like the fact that like I'm in a dream and like um basically I have like it's kind of like an obstacle course, kind of, not really, but like fantasy type of way. So there's like mystical things that are happening in my dream as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like and there's reoccurring dreams, so I still have them to this day. And so like there's one dream in specific where like I remember I dreamt it when I was little, but then recently I dreamt it and it like
It resumed. It was on pause and you came back to it.
no, well actually that's happened before, but it's been a while since that's happened. But like I would dream the same thing again, and like I already know how it plays out, so I can just like navigate. I can decide whether I want to just go through it again or just or just go through it really quickly since I already know how it goes.
But is it an actual like dream? Like, can you see? Because like I had something kind of similar happen to me, but not similar. Because like you actually see stuff, right? Like you can remember. It's like a story.
Yeah, I can like paint the picture for you.
That's so weird. Okay, so I had something similar happen, but it hasn't happened in a long, long time. And it typically happens like when I was sick. So like if I was running on a fever or something, like, but not always though. But not always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like you've told me that you've told
We
me.
we talked about this before, I think.
Yeah.
It's been happening like since I was small as well, but I can't actually see anything. Like I can never remember the dream. It's more the feeling. Like I like, you know how you said the challenge? Like in my dream it's this feeling of like I'm trying to do something and I'm not, like there's not enough time, like I am not doing it like in time. And then like I just wake up feeling kind of like agitated, but I can't ever draw the picture out. It's like the same feeling. Like I don't know how to explain it.
It's less visual, it's more like of a feeling. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's a feeling.
Oh, that's like another type of dream right there.
Scary.
You're like
It's always
sleeping?
really scary.
Oh, and you're like sleeping during this.
Yeah, like I'm sleeping, and I remember sometimes like there'd be times because I'm like this has been happening since I was younger that I would wake up feeling like that, like I knew that I had been dreaming whatever it was, and I'd go to my parents' room and like I'd wake up my mom because I'd be all scared. And like I remember one time I did that, and she took me back to the room. I went back to bed, and it continued. So like
Snap.
it was like I didn't, even though I woke up, I didn't fully snap out of it. Like luckily it's been like a couple of years since that's happened. Like knock on wood, it doesn't happen. But
was it a lucid dream?
no, I don't think so.
Because I used to lucid dream when I was little too. That,
When you're lucid dreaming, don't you know you're dreaming?
yeah, but you knew it was an emotion, didn't you? Or you knew it was like,
Well, when I woke up, I did. In the moment, I was
oh,
dreaming. I didn't know it was a dream until it was like enough to wake me up. Like,
no, lucid dreams are a trip because like you're in. It's like the way I think about it is like a video game. It's like you're in another world, and you're like that. You're controlling it, or you can manipulate things in it. So
wait, did you lucid dream?
yeah, I would lucid dream. The thing I remember, I was talking about this last time with Jazmin, but the thing I remember, have you ever played Temple Run? You ever heard of the game Temple Run? Very popular game. So this is kind of like a Temple Run type game, and I was in it, and like you know how like you swipe the
Yeah. To
so you
turn.
can like move, and so like and I was in it, and it was me running. It was me running, and I was in third person, and I remember I'm like, wait, like is that me running? And it's just running straight. And it must have been because I was playing Temple Run because it felt like Temple Run. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to control it. And as soon as I tried to control it, I like became him, which is me. And like I moved, like I was able to turn left and then right, and then like I was going through buildings and stuff. But there was a point where this dream started becoming like a nightmare to me because there was a point where I couldn't control the dude. Like I lost control. I guess I lost control of the control, like the controller, like a video game. And so I started running into buildings, and I started hitting it, like hitting the buildings and building, and I'm like, oh my god, what's happening? And then I just wake up.
Wait, but when you're in that, are you thinking to yourself like, oh, I'm in a dream?
Yeah, you're like I'm in a when.
But
Okay.
there's a difference because like lucid dreaming is like you're aware that you're in a dream and you can control the things that you do. And then there's also like I forgot what the term is, but it's just like you're aware of the dream, but you can't control anything, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, that sounds like that's what it is.
Yeah, but most of the time, like most people who dream, like they don't know that they're in a dream until they wake up.
Oh.
Have you guys heard about lucid dreaming? Well, I don't know if it's true because I didn't want to try it, but like if you were to like sleep like straight, like your arms straight, your legs straight, you could lucid dream.
I sleep like that all the time, and I
Yeah.
Never mind, it's a joke.
sleep like this.
I like have heard something similar. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like that you can force yourself, like if you stay up really late and then like force yourself to stay awake and just keep forcing yourself to stay awake and like sitting up, then you like will eventually be lucid dreaming is what I've heard.
Yeah.
I've actually done like research in this because when I was like in high school, I was like into dreaming or whatever. But like supposedly, like you can, like you just have to stay conscious. You can't let your brain fall asleep on you, but your body has to fall asleep in order, because then you go into like sleep paralysis, and then you go into lucid dreaming.
Ooh. Oh, it's a process.
So like
Sleep paralysis.
yeah.
Okay, but how do you avoid sleep paralysis?
Yeah, what like
That's-
what?
that's-
That sounds scary.
Because like supposedly like that's just the process, because like in order to lucid dream, like your brain has to be awake, and sleep paralysis, like your body will just fall asleep on you if you don't move or any like bone or anything.
But your brain is still on.
Mm-hmm. But if your brain falls asleep, then you're just sleeping, you know. But yeah,
There's been times where like I'm thinking about something before I sleep and I dream that. Has that ever happened to any of you?
all the time.
Yeah, that's how
That's
I sleep every time. I
like
have to make a story in my head before I go to bed. It turns out
it's like telling yourself a bedtime story. Like a nice bedtime story that you wish would happen or something.
So it's funny because like Stephanie is my roommate, for those of you listening, and she really struggles to fall asleep. Like she has to go to bed like an hour earlier and kind of just lay and like drink tea. And she always says, she's like, dude, you walked in like an hour after me. She's like, and 5 minutes into you being in bed, you were snoring. And I've told her, like, make up a story, like just make up a story and then fall asleep. But she says that like she won't stop with the story, like it just continues.
She'll just keep going.
Like, I don't know how else to like explain it, but for me it puts me to bed.
Yeah. I mean, maybe she overthinks sleeping, or maybe she just has insomnia. I don't know, but yeah.
It's like her stories don't have an end, but the way I think about it is like my story transitions from like the story to the dream.
When I was little, I would be like I want to dream, because I don't know why I was always into dreams, but when I was little, I would be like, I want to dream this, like I want to dream that, and I would usually dream that. And like for me, like you know how like little kids like to play and stuff. For me, dreaming was like, I'm excited to go to sleep because I want to dream, and like I want to.
Oh.
That's why like growing up, I really loved like Alice in Wonderland, because like that was kind of what I had in mind when I would sleep. Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like for me, I don't know about y'all, but like for me, it was easier for me to dream and stuff when I was younger. Like being younger, I feel like it's easier for you to come up with like dreams. I don't know, like for me now, it's kind of harder for me to do that thing that I said about going to sleep, like thinking of a story and going to sleep to that. But when I was younger, I feel like I do it like all the time. And like I said, like I had lucid dreams too. But I don't know. I'm not sure if that's just like something for everybody.
Maybe because supposedly, like when you're tired, you don't dream, but when you're not tired, you dream.
Is that true?
Yeah, because like when you're tired, your like body and your mind just wants to like get the most sleep, and you dreaming doesn't really like allow you to get that deep sleep.
Oh.
Like people who are constantly tired don't really dream, but if you're like if you're an active person and you just you're kind of good on like your sleeping schedule, then you probably will dream more often.
That's like because when I'm really, really tired, like exhausted, it almost is too much work to even think of something before bed. Kind of like, I can't right now. Like, you just fall asleep. Like, yeah, that makes sense then.
It makes sense because it's like your brain has to be not tired. So like that's why usually when you wake up, you just woke up from a dream because your brain had its rest already, and it's like, no, it's like it's not tired to have the dream.
And usually when I dream too, like I wake up really like good. I'm like rejuvenated. I don't know if that's the same for you, unless it's not a nightmare. I mean, I don't really dream nightmares, but like, yeah.
I think it's like really rare when I dream a nightmare. But yeah.
Does anybody want to get dark and talk about one of their nightmares? Nightmares they've had? No. I want to share one.
Share one.
It's kind of, so we're gonna get kind of. I might creep some of you out. If you're a person that gets easily creeped out, leave. So I mean, it's not even that scary. It's just like the idea of it. So the whole dream started off with like this like white space. Like it's just like there's nothing there. And I don't know if you've ever seen SpongeBob, but like where like Squidward is in the middle of like a white, like there's nothing there, and like I forgot, I think Squidward is there. Anyways, white space, and then it like it was like a movie. It was like, and then the camera showed like me, like in this white space, like I was in third person, like looking at myself in this white space, and then like, and I like my me, like I turn around, like I'm not looking in my perspective, I'm looking like at myself, turning around, and there's just like dark figure, like shadowy figure. It looks like a human, but it just didn't have anything. and it was like walking towards me, and then I'm like, what the heck? And I turned my other way, and like, keep in mind, like, I'm looking at myself, but it's not me, so it's like even scarier in a way. And there's another dark figure, like, walking in my direction. So it's like I'm in the middle of both of them. And I'm like, oh no, at that point I knew, like, this is gonna be a nightmare. But like, I wanted to feel it. I wanted to go through the nightmare. I didn't want to wake myself up. And so, like, one of them starts running, and then I start running because I'm trying to run away from it. I'm like, all right, come on, like. But then, like, the other one kind of like teleported to be in front of me again, and so the one in front tackled me and was on me, and I was like, it was like on me like a piggyback ride. It was like on me, and I was like just trying to shake him off. But then the other one gets my legs, and they trip me over, and I'm falling on the ground, and I'm being like almost like devoured by these like shadowy, like, dark figures. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so scary. Like, I remember when I woke up from it, I was like sweating, and I was like, damn, like I don't know, have you ever put yourself in a nightmare, like put yourself through a nightmare for the funsies?
No.
That's like you do?
Well, like, I mean, it seems like yours was more of a nightmare because, like, you were constricted and, like, you didn't know what these black figures were, and, like, when you woke up you were like sweating. That never really happens to me. It's usually just like you're scared in the moment, but like it's fulfilling to you, like, when you wake up. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, one time I was being chased by Chucky, and and like I didn't know where Chucky was because I was like in a bunch of clouds. Like, I was in the sky for some reason, and I told my little brother was in the dream with me, and I told him to like stay in front because I had a knife and I was gonna, like, just like keep on moving my arms to see if I can like kill Chucky or whatever. And so my little brother was running in front of me, and I was like kind of running backwards to like go like cut Chucky, and then all of a sudden I hear like Chucky go like, she got me or something. And like I was like, oh my gosh, and then I was like, run faster because like he's hurt or whatever. But like it's kind of things like that where you're just like, you get your adrenaline going, and it's like fun for me. It wasn't really scary, but
you feel like,
I don't know if it was because I knew I was in a dream. Or like, I don't know, things aren't really scary for me, or maybe it wasn't that scary.
It was like where you can, like, it's like you wanted to overcome the night, like it's like you wanted to fight it. You fought one in that, right? Yeah. For my case, so the one I was talking about, like, I couldn't control myself. I saw myself running, but I couldn't control it. Like, if I was able to control it, I guess it would have gone better. But I wasn't able. Like, I guess that was what was the most scary part of it, is that I couldn't control myself being attacked by these things. And yeah, but luckily I haven't had it again, because now I don't want to live through it or sleep through it. Yeah.
Have y'all ever died in your dream? I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Because my little brother would tell me like, oh, like I would die and then I wake up. But I've never died in my dream, I think.
I've died in my dream.
Really?
I was a ghost though. Like, I was literally in the corner, and then I would see people come up to like my body, like just come up and like say like their condolences and everything.
So scary.
Really?
That's
It was,
scary.
dude. I woke up. I was like, bro, am I okay? Or like, what's going on?
Is that not what sleep paralysis is?
No.
I think in sleeper,
I've heard people say that it's like they can see over their body, like.
Okay, so it wasn't my actual body. It was like in a different, like, it was like in a church, and my body was in a casket, and like I could see myself as a ghost, and like see my body at the gravel and everything, and people were coming up to me and like saying like, oh, I'm gonna miss you, this and that. And then when I woke up, I was a little spooked. I was like, I swear.
Spooky.
Okay.
I'd be scared too.
Yeah. I don't know what that meant. Also, my mom had like this book in Spanish where you would look up a dream, and then the dream would have like a significance. And every time I would wake up from a dream, because I dream a lot as a kid, and I would look it up because I dream of like tsunamis, of something chasing me, and things like that. And wow.
I think my tia had one of those, and I would tell her about it, and she'd be like, "Oh, hold on," and she like, yeah, I forgot people did that. I forgot that was like a thing. Like dreams meant something.
That's interesting because, like, I mean, I feel like I would never be able to find my dreams in a book like that. Because, you can like look up like, oh, being chased by someone, or oh, my teeth fell out, or oh, like something that a lot of people dream, or like I flew or something in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
But like my dreams are so weird. I don't know if I can like find them in the book. Maybe I want to buy one just for that.
I don't know if this has ever this like happens to me a lot in my dreams, where I dream of someone who I don't recognize. But I read somewhere that like it's impossible to dream of someone that you've never seen before, because like your brain can't just make up a new thing. So like sometimes in my dreams I'll have people in them that I'm like, I don't know who this is when I wake up, but I have to have seen them somewhere. I just don't know where. It's like my subconscious registers their face or something. Like,
yeah, like you might have seen them like in an ad or something. I don't know if this happened to you, LP, but similarly, I see somebody in my dream that I'm not sure who it is, but like when I'm like later on, like a week later, I see this person. I'm like, wait, I think they were in my dream.
Yeah,
that's trippy to me. I'm like, wait, like I know you from somewhere, and you're just thinking in your head, you're like, wait, were they in my dream?
Wait, are you serious? That's like so specific.
No, seriously, it's like almost like deja vu. But I don't want to call it deja vu because deja vu is more like of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
This is more like of like a person.
To me, it's happened where like I'll like wake up and I'm like, I don't know who that was, but then like maybe 2 days later or something, it clicks like where I've seen them, like I knew them from this or that, like. But yeah, typically it's weird because like it'll be very limited interactions with these people when I dream them.
Dude, going to that, I have had like those deja vu situations where I'm like dreaming about something, and then like roughly a week or maybe even a month later, I go and then I see something. I'm like, wait, I've seen this before, and I think I've dreamt about it. It's really trippy because I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, that's so scary, seeing the future or whatever.
I feel like that happens to me like every other month or something. Like that happened to me like every other, like it's like almost like a rate that it happens to me. Yeah. And it's probably coming up because it hasn't happened in a while.
It's like I gotta scratch that off.
I don't think I've ever experienced deja vu.
Really?
What?
Serious?
That's crazy. That is so crazy.
You know what deja vu means? Like, but I wouldn't know what it feels like. Like, I can't imagine what that is like. Like, you're just like, oh, I've experienced this before somehow. Like, that's weird.
I thought everybody went through or experienced deja vu.
Yeah, I thought everybody did.
I feel like it's like a familiar but unfamiliar feeling. I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you remember, LP, when we were in your car, and I was like, and I said what I thought deja vu was. Do you remember what I said?
In the car, no.
I think it was something like I said deja. I think deja vus are like a way of life telling us that we're going in the right direction. Like,
oh my God!
I
yeah,
said that. I was like, I think deja vus are like the universe's way, or just like your like life or something telling you, like, you know what, this is like you're going in the right path to like your destiny.
If I never get them, what does that mean for me?
Who knows? Hopefully you get it soon.
Like this anymore.
You're making your own destiny.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Never mind. Hopefully it's not that.
No, but that's crazy. That'd be like, I like that
Mm-hmm.
idea that it's like.
Isn't it like cute a little bit? Like, oh, like I'm going the right like. Oh, another thing I thought about was like our brain is so powerful, and when we're sleeping, it comes up with like things that could happen. So it guesses what's gonna happen throughout that day, and it's gonna be like this is gonna happen, and you get to that part of the day, and you're like, whoa, like my brain like made this like algorithm of like this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and what you live is like it was one of them, was one of the scenarios that your brain created while you were sleeping.
But do you think that's almost like not like I feel like that's almost psychological or like you're like manifesting for something to happen. So like
Oh.
you attract that to happen because you're thinking about it.
No, but like deja vu is usually random, like a random situation. It's more like I'm in class and like there's a certain angle that I look out the window. I'm like, whoa, like this is. It's like I didn't think about that, but my brain like created that scenario in its head when it was sleeping, and like and that was one of it created so many scenarios, but that was one of them. That angle, that like setting was one of them, and it's just like a random like it's like there's like a probability of that happening, a probability of you living that of what your brain created.
And that's what deja vu like that's sometimes what deja vu is.
That's my theory. I don't think there's a that's my theory. I don't think there's a reason. I don't think scientists have found what exactly dreams are or deja vu, but it's fun to speculate on it.
The other like thing that I've heard before, the story that I've heard is that it's like your what do you call it? Like you know how they say you're born into a new body like after you die or like a new thing and they say like oh it was your previous life like you did that in your previous life. That's what
reincarnation.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that theory too.
I don't think I've heard of that one. That one sounds cool. Your other life was in wait, does that mean that you were this person in another life?
I don't know. That's
a parallel universe.
Damn. That's crazy. Like all this stuff that we don't know, but we have to die to find out. Like that's the cost. That's the cost. On that note, does anybody else have anything else to add they'd like to say before we wrap up this podcast?
Have you guys had sleep paralysis though?
No. None.
No.
You have?
Yeah. I have, dude. It's not a fun thing to go through. I'm just saying, like, I think it was in high school. I did a whole project on, like, sleep paralysis. And you know how you're, like, studying and constantly on something, and then eventually you dream it? Or, like, it happens to you. So that happened to me, like, I think
oh my God.
Time. So I was studying about it, and it's called the old hag syndrome or whatever. But when it happened, I was in my room. And then I woke up and I was like, okay, you know, I'm awake. I'm like, this is weird. Why am I up at a weird hour? And then it turns out that I can't move. Like, I literally can't move. Like, I couldn't move this. I couldn't move that. I couldn't even move my, like, head or anything. It was just my eyes. And I could move, like, side to side and look at that way. And the thing is, I knew what was happening. And I started spooking myself. I'm like, don't think about anything. Just, like, keep your mind, like closed, like don't think about anything. Then I made the mistake of starting to think there was something in the corner of my room.
Oh no.
And then like that corner was like really tall and slanky. I don't know if you guys seen like Slender Man.
Oh yeah.
So it was like really tall in my corner and it was like into this like weird like disfigured like form and it was slowly coming towards me. And I was so scared. I was crying and I was trying so hard to yell for my brother who was like awake down the hall. And
But
I was
you can't like speak.
Exactly. Like
oh my
everything
God.
that you try to do is gone. Like you can't ask for help. And if the figure ends up showing, like I was crying and it was getting closer and closer and it like got as close to next to my bed. I closed my eyes. And once I did that, I woke up and I was just freaking out. I was like, oh crap. I'm like, did I just experience sleep paralysis? Have I not slept? What's going on?
Like, what do you
do? Like, twice. 2 more times my mistake. But yeah, it was crazy.
That's crazy.
That's only happened to you like 3 times?
It's happened to me 3 times and it was really rare occasions and the majority of the time is when I didn't get any sleep throughout the week. Yeah. So get some sleep. Y'all don't want to go through that.
I think it's because you didn't get enough sleep. I think that's how it happens. Because your body's tired, but your mind's still active.
Yeah, but it's so crazy to think that actually occurs, that the only thing you can move are your eyes and nothing else. Your voice is like inaudible, your arms, your legs, anything you try to move, nothing. You're just there, like literally staring at the ceiling or at the corner. Like,
my thought would be like what I would try to do, since you can't do anything, is like if you believe in God or something, like just start praying like in your right.
Let me tell you how many Padre Nuestros I did that. And like Ave Maria and everything, like.
But they work, no? Or like, do you feel better? Like, did you go back to sleep? Oh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Like, how does that end? Do you just sleep?
No, you wake up.
You have to wake up.
Oh, you wake up.
You have to wake up, because if you don't, then whatever happens. And I read like depending on how bad the sleep paralysis is, it could be up to the point where like you have scratches on you or things like that because it gets that bad. But I don't know how that like inflicts to that.
So scary. I don't want to ever experience that in my life.
Okay, I feel like you sleep a lot, so you will never experience it.
I
sleep so much. I should have started off by saying that I love sleep. Like,
that's why I said, like, tell me how much you love sleep, and nobody said anything. I was like, okay.
Well, I said I don't think there's such anything like too much sleep. But
you're right.
Said like you love dreaming as a kid.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like, oh, like I want to do something fun right now, like a little me, like I just go and nap and dream. Like it's so fun to me. Like I don't know.
It's like you're bored and like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is it just me, or do you guys think also like that sleep solves their problems, at least the majority of them, or is it just a me thing that?
I've read that somewhere, that you can solve their problems in your sleep.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, because I feel like if I have so much on my mind and I kind of think about it as like a dream in my sleep, and I kind of realize like a solution towards it.
I swear I've seen that before. Like the idea that if you have a problem, you know how they say like sleep on it, like because
that's where it comes from.
Come up with like the solution, and like when you wake up, you'll know like what to do.
I don't think it's ever happened to me.
That's interesting. What does that mean for me? If like I solve in like almost every dream that I have.
But you don't solve your problem.
Huh?
Like do you solve the problem in the dream, but you don't solve your problem that you're thinking about?
Well, like I solve the problem in the dream, but it's like it's not real. Usually my dreams aren't like based on real life.
It solve the scenario.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that scenario is like a metaphor for a problem.
We need
LP.
to write these things down.
I do sometimes, but I don't think much of them. It's more like fun. But I don't try to find the hidden meaning or anything. But maybe I should. Maybe it means something.
We need the answers to something like scientific that we need.
Like, I know. Like the cure to COVID or something. I don't know. I was gonna say, LP, like I feel that since you're so in touch with your sleepy self, or like your sleep self, I feel like it's hard for you to have like sleep paralysis and stuff. Like I feel like you're at a point where you know yourself enough to like avoid sleep paralysis.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, nor do I want to, but I just don't know how that would happen for me.
Do you ever struggle going to sleep?
So, like, the answer is literally like never. But a couple months ago, it happened to me one night, and where I went to bed and I was like, oh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna get ready for bed. And then as soon as I got in bed, I got energy. And but I knew that I had to go to bed. And I swear, because that never happens to me. It probably still only took me like maybe 15 minutes for me to fall asleep. But I'm so used to I'm so used to being able to fall asleep like on command that I was freaking out that night. I was like, oh, why can't I sleep? Like, yeah. But even then, it didn't take that long. Maybe it was like 15, 20 minutes, and like I knocked out.
That's really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever has anybody ever had a dream journal that they log, that they put their stuff on?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
When I was little, I don't know where it went, but I had like this little, it was like a square journal, and like I would put stickers over it, and like, and so I would write. It was like really small. It was almost like a notepad, but I would write my dreams there. But I don't know where it went. So.
But it's so nice to read back on, like now.
Yeah, that's why I want to find it, but I can't. I don't know where it is.
How about you, Jenny?
I kind of had one. I didn't keep it like up to date all the time, but it was just usually it was like about classmates I would go to school with, like in high school at least, and like things we would do. But like it's in my Google Doc somewhere because I started writing it there, so I have to like find it. I have to find it.
Mm-hmm. Something I've been wanting to do is create a log of like dream recordings. So like after I wake up, I pull up my phone and I put the record and I just talk into the phone. I'm like, okay, so I dreamed about this, then this happened, because you have it fresh in your memory, and you're like, this happened and this happened, and I save it, and then like every day I do that. And like I feel like once I like later on when I play, I'm like, whoa, this happened again, and then this happened to me. It happened in real life or something like that. Like imagine like all the discoveries you can make. Because I don't like writing. Like I'm like a really bad writer. Like I'm not really that motivated sometimes. So maybe if I like speak to it, it'd be cool.
I was gonna say something about that because like I still log my dreams if they're vivid in my mind, but I prefer writing them down because I can be more descriptive than if I were to talk in my phone. I don't know why.
Really? Because I feel like if I was writing it, I'd forget while I'm writing it. I forget. Like it's so fresh. It's like
thinking way faster than you can write.
It's like smoke in the air. It's like you gotta write it before it goes away. And like for me, I just speak it like and because it's just like I'm gonna forget it.
I guess, but like for me, like when I write down my dreams, it's more like I can think of different things that happened while I write. So like I'm writing it and then I'm like, oh wait, this happened, and so I like put it in between of what I wrote, if that makes sense. Like
a very rough draft. You just editing it and stuff. I have a pencil right here. For those of you watching on Spotify, I'm holding a pencil. Or listening on Spotify, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk in your sleep by any chance?
I was gonna
hell yeah.
Jinx. Well, not really, because I didn't say it, but I was hella talks in sleep.
Okay.
A lot. I've sung in my sleep before.
I've laughed. I laugh consistently.
Oh no, you laughed?
Let me hear those stories.
There was one time that I had a friend visiting me, and we were going to bed, and I think it was in the middle of the day though, so like I must have just been napping per usual, and I laughed. Like I started just laughing, and it was the kind of thing where like, you know, because your body moves, it jolts and it makes you wake up. So I was laughing so hard that like my body was jolting, and then I woke up and my friend was just staring at me. They're like, bro, that was the scariest thing I've ever. Yeah, because I'm sure it was creepy. Like imagine someone sleeping and they laugh.
Or like your roommate, like you're like staying up doing like you're studying or something, and you hear your roommate just like laughing and they're sleeping, you're like, should I wake them up or something? Or like you're like, damn, are they okay? That's funny. So yeah, so like for me, I guess I sung in my sleep. I don't know what else there is to say about that.
Like a full-on song, or like a.
Oh, it was like a bar or two of a song. Yeah. but I guess it's just like when you have like a song in your mind and you just go to sleep with it, and then it's just you just sing it. Sounds nice. Mm-hmm.
I've talked in my sleep, and I've told my roommates, like, I'm like, if you guys hear me talking, like, talk back to me. I want to see if I respond. And I think I told one of my roommates, and they did it, and they said that I did respond, and they thought I was awake, and I was like, oh no, honey, I was dead.
That's the other Jenny.
That's the other me, like.
No, I usually talk, or it's like gibberish, or it sounds like another language. But recently, like last quarter, I recorded myself sleeping, and I remember I deleted the app, because this is an app that you can download, but I think I deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it. It was like I said, oh, so they catch what I wear, bruh. And I showed it to Jazmin, and she was like, what the heck? Because I kind of say that. It sounded like something I would say in person, but I said it like clearly in my sleep. So there's some times where I say like very clear things in my sleep.
The app is called Snore Lab. If you guys listening want to.
Mm-hmm. Not sponsored.
Snore what?
Snore Lab.
Snore Lab.
Snore Lab.
SNORE Lab.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Not sponsored.
You can pay for the full version, and it will record your whole night. And what it does, I think what it does is like you leave it by where you sleep, and then it's recording the whole night, but it only catches the times that you speak or there's like noise. So for me, since I live near like a street, it caught like some of the cars passing. So it might catch some of the cars passing, but it does catch the times that you talk or you snore. Like there was one time I recorded myself, and it was like my breathing was so weird. I was breathing like a bird or something. It was like, and it was like, or like a koala or something. I don't know. Like I was sleeping so cute. It was like,
That's so cute.
I don't know why I was making that noise. Yeah, but Snore Lab. Yeah, record yourself sleeping. You'll probably discover something new about yourself. Maybe you like laugh in your sleep, sing in your sleep, talk to yourself in your sleep. My little brothers tell me that I would talk to myself. Like I would have a full-on conversation in my sleep. Oh yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Once again, this is the COCA podcast for sleep. Tune in to our next podcast, which I think we have a couple left for our last one of the quarter. Let us know if you'd like to hear more podcasts from us, specifically us. And yeah.
I hope whoever's listening has a nice, fun dream tonight.
Yeah, if you made it this far, we wish you a nice sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't, I'm just kidding. We wish you a night. I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry. Okay. Well, thank you very much, and see you later. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sleep tight.